Hello, everyone. Um, I'm coming on with a short recording I would like to do. Actually, I really don't really like to do it, but I feel like I have to do it. First of all, decided to put up a nice view of Crosley Field here for this video. So we'll have a good look at Crosley Field, and this is baseball for Windows. Nice looking ballpark. Um, as I said, this is actually something I don't really like to do. However, I feel I needed to come forth and do so. Streaming is something I've not done in a while, I know. Believe me, I would like to get back to it as well. Um, but we'll get to that in a minute. Because this is the crux of the topic of sorts. And it's been brought on by somebody that I really have come to hold in high regard and respect in this community. And I feel like I need to come forth and state a few feelings of mine because I'm a bit disappointed in them. I'm not angry. I'm not going to sit here and yell and scream obscenities or anything like that because YouTube would not like that, for one thing. Nor would it do the situation any good. It would make it worse. And I'm not about that. I am about stating my feelings quite clearly, and I hope this individual, they will remain nameless throughout this video, but I hope this individual will listen and take this to heart as, some constructive feedback. The first thing I would like to say is that this is supposed to be a fun activity. It's supposed to be fun, and we're all supposed to have a good time, get together, regardless of whose channel it's on, and just have a great time, sharing what we enjoy playing and everything, even if we're not doing it live. So this is supposed to be fun. That's my first bit. This is not a full-time job. It's not. We're not doing a full-time job thing now. I know that there are those that do get monetized on YouTube and other platforms. And to them, it may seem like a full-time job. But for those of us that are not getting monetized, it's just a fun recreational activity, a hobby. We're not seeking to make money off of this. I'm not seeking to make money off of this right now. I have no reason to. I have a pretty good paying job that takes care of those needs for me. So this is not a full-time job. So therefore, as such, I would like to state that expectations for people to come on and stream, especially when they're not that streamer's expectations, really should be kept to a minimum because we all have lives. We all have, things going on. And because of this, sometimes, and I'm not the only one, that's been guilty of this. Sometimes we do take lengthy hiatus. I don't know what the plural form of that word is, but let's just say plural let's just say, lengthy breaks from actively streaming. I know I'm not the only one that's done it. Others have done it, and no one has treated them like they need to come right back and get back on the horse and do a game. I've not seen that out of anybody until more recently. And I am disappointed by it because the game that was requested of me was on another game called Action PC Baseball, and I have never put Action PC Baseball on this channel before. And at the time that it was requested of me to do it, and we'll get to how well it was requested in a moment. But at the time of it being requested, I was in no way thoroughly prepared to be able to stream that game that night. Here's the reasons why. I needed to go and test my OBS that I use called Streamlabs to make sure that Action PC Baseball was coming through properly, because I'm well aware of the fact that the Action PC games are a bit different in how they stream, where if you don't have it set up just right, then it is a major, well, not major, I don't know how major it is, but it is a little bit more complicated to get certain pop-up boxes that come up for doing things like making pitching changes, looking at player statistics, making substitutions, being able to see the screen that lineups are set on and everything. And if it's not set up right for that right off the bat, then the other alternative I have no knowledge of. Now, I know others in the community do, because they will say the screen's going black for a moment while I get this up, and what they're doing when that happens, I don't fully quite understand. And so what I needed to do was I needed more time to be able to go back and watch the actually quite brilliant rewatch the quite brilliant stream that Al Red Sox fan put up about how to get it set up properly for how to get your OBS set up properly for Action PC Baseball. And then I needed to test and make sure I had it set up correctly, because I really wanted it set up correctly. I did not want to run into problems in the middle of a game. This particular night, when this game was requested, when I mentioned that I was not prepared, and I repeatedly said I was not prepared to do this game, and that I needed to do some testing and all that, I was still pushed even more into having to do the game, and by the individual that will remain nameless. They know who they are, but they're going to remain nameless because I'm not about throwing names out there. I just want them to know how I feel. That and yeah, they continue to push. They continue to push me into doing it, and I can understand encouraging someone to get back on the horse and start streaming again. As my screen's starting to go a little dark, there we go. I can understand that to an extent. However, there comes a point in everything when you encourage someone to do anything, where you can end up pushing too much and it can become too much. And this happened the other night, and to where they even took it upon themselves to go ahead and autoplay out the remainder of the game they were actively streaming to push me forward into doing a stream that I was not prepared to do, that I was not ready to do, that I was not prepared to do, that I did not plan to do. That did not make me feel comfortable at all. This is the number one thing right here. This is one of two that I will get to. That did not make me feel comfortable. I felt like I was being completely pressured into doing something I was not ready for. I was more than willing to give it another day so I could test and do it the next night, but they would not accept that. Then it was kind of like they wanted it now. They wanted it now. And I was not prepared to give it to them when they wanted it. I am disappointed in that because this is someone, like I said, that I do hold in pretty high regard in this community. Pretty high regard, pretty high respect. Someone that I always thought would fully respect me back. And part of that means respecting my wishes, my reasoning for saying no, because sometimes no has to be the answer. And it was really upsetting. Really upsetting that this instance occurred when my main reasoning was because I have never put Action PC Baseball on this channel before. And I was not prepared to do so right in that moment. Right when they wanted it. I don't hate this individual at all. I know they encourage me to do certain things, and one of these things is streaming, and I appreciate that. I appreciate them giving me moral, emotional support. I think you're going to do fine and everything, and that's totally fine. Thank you for that. But what went on the other night was too much, too far, and I hope you understand now, after hearing my reasoning, why I did not do that game and why I got a little upset and I actually had to duck out of the stream because I did not feel like, as my phone rings, as the phone in my house rings, I did not feel like I was being heard when I said that I was not prepared. I did not feel like that was being respected. And it was upsetting. So that's number one. Number two, the same individual. Then last night, I went into their stream. I was in there. Yes, I was in there from the beginning, from the very beginning. I want them to be aware of this. I was in there from the very, very beginning. I did not make my presence known, because I was still trying to figure out how to deal with number one. But oh yes, I was in there, and I heard them say something in response to another individual in the chat asking about me, how I was okay, where I was. And I heard what this individual had to say in response. Something to the extent of that sometimes I need a good kick in the arse. Sorry, YouTube, but I'm just quoting here. No, I don't. I don't need a good kick in the arse. That's not the way to deal with people. That's not. That wasn't even called for. Why was that called for? That's what I want to know. Why do you feel like that was called for? Because to me, that's not. Now, given number one, I don't. Number two, I don't need a good kick in the arse. And this is why I say this is not a full-time job. This activity. This is supposed to be a fun activity, a fun hobby that we all do. People should be able to stream when they're ready, when they feel up to it, and nothing more. They shouldn't be expected to stream right then and there, right on the spot. That's not cool. I mean, you might have meant that in a different way, but to me, the way that came across didn't sound like it. I wish I could understand why that came out of your mouth, but because I've never heard something like that come out of you, and I'm very disappointed that it came out of you. I just have no words. I have no words to be able to express my disappointment about that. You're someone that I consider to be a very good friend in this community. And that's why I'm on here today doing this as a recording, just to state how you made me feel. Because sometimes friends have to call each other out and say, I'm hurt by this. And I am hurt by that. So I just want you to know that yes, I am actually hurt that this got said. And I hope you can understand where I'm coming from on this. So yeah. This is not a pleasant thing for me to have to come on here and do, but I don't know of any other way to say it. And I think having you hear my voice too, and hear how disappointed I feel, how upset I feel, how hurt I feel, hear it in my voice is one of the better ways to do that. It is my hope to be streaming again. I would like to stream again. There's things I would like to bring to the channel, but I would like to be able to do it in my own time and place here. And not be pressured into do something right then and there, especially when it involves a game I've never brought to the channel. Now, if you had asked for a Baseball for Windows game or a PC Replay baseball game or something that I've already brought to the channel, then yeah, it would have been easier for me to do. Granted that. But Action PC Baseball, I wanted it set up right. I wanted time to be able to set it up right. And I didn't feel like that was being heard and being appreciated for what it was. So I hope you listen. I hope you take some time to just hear in my voice how hurt I feel. That's pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope everyone, I'm sorry that everyone else has to listen about about the behavior that one person exhibited. I hate having to do this. I really do. And the thing is this person is a good person. They're a good individual. A great individual. Very knowledgeable about baseball. Very knowledgeable about baseball. Someone that I hold, as I said, in high regard and respect in this community. I enjoy going to their channel. I really do. But I don't enjoy being suddenly thrown into a situation where I feel like I have to step back and say, this hurt. So, I thank everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a great afternoon and a great night.